One of my favorite videos from yesterday is this video from CNN, and this is on Fredo's show, Chris Cuomo's show, and the lady's name is Kyung La. She's in Maricopa County, which is Arizona, right? And everything now depends on Maricopa County, which it's a huge amount of the population of the state is in this one county, Maricopa. And so she's inside the buildings. This is the last reporter allowed in the building where they're counting the votes. And outside, there's a peaceful protest. When I say peaceful, I don't mean mostly peaceful, like where it's a riot. I mean, it's a peaceful protest. It's they're praying, they're chanting, they're standing around, and they've got this live shot above it. And if you're not watching, if you're just listening, it's a certain number of people. It's not thousands of people. It's a group of people out in the parking lot. Yeah, and I said, they're just milling around. They chant a little bit. Listen to the way this woman reports as if she were in a war zone. This is Chris Cuomo's show, remember, where riots are great. Where Chris Cuomo, who actually said, where does it say we have to be polite during a protest? Where does it say we have to be peaceful during a protest? This is a guy who supports riots. On his show, they've got an actual peaceful protest, and this woman is reporting as if from behind a bunker. She's doing everything but wearing one of those German helmets from World War I with the spikes on top. You know, we're reporting from inside the Maricopa County Courthouse. Listen, it's just terrific. It's cut 5.
This is American democracy. What you are seeing here are the good people of the Maricopa County Elections Department doing the count. And outside, there is a very sizable protest. If you look at the aerial pictures from our affiliate, it's very big. And I should add that this is a crowd that is armed. There are a number of people out there who have been seen with long guns, with semi-automatic rifles. Just a lot of chanting, a lot of slogans that we've heard before. They're talking about count the vote, stop the vote, that they want Trump. A lot of flags being waved, Trump flags. We heard people singing YMCA for a little while.
Oh, no, not YMCA. She says at one point, how are these people going to get out through the parking lot? How are these good people? My favorite part of this is when she says, here are the good people. So CNN is going to tell us who the good people are. And I guess the bad people, because they're carrying guns. Arizona is an open carry state. I have gone hiking in Arizona and turned a corner and there's a guy with a gun on his belt, and yeah, if you're a Californian, you go like, whoa, but it's an open carry state. That's the way people are there. Unbelievable panic. Also, let's do the one from MSNBC. That's not quite as funny because the look in this woman's eyes at CNN, but still, it's worth hearing. Cut 14.
Right now, they're kneeling in prayer, but one of the things that we've seen is them chanting very loudly, count that vote, and then we've got poll workers that are coming off of shift, and the poll workers have to be escorted out by armed sheriff's deputies down those stairs and into vans and taken away from here. So this is the type of scene that we're seeing. We're going to get a little bit closer here. We don't want to get too close. A lot of people in the crowd are not wearing masks.
Not wearing masks. And at any minute, they could burst into prayer. You never know. It could be like, you got to be surrounded by armed guards because at any minute they could burst into prayer. It could happen. It's just wonderful. The blindness, the self-blindness, the self-unawareness. I got to play one last clip, but we're going to do the mailbag today. We didn't do it yesterday. I don't want to just talk endlessly when I don't have the latest, when we don't know the results yet, and the results aren't going to come in clearly for at least a week, but still, we don't even know what the primary count is yet. But I do want to play this clip of Doris Kearns Goodwin. Now, Doris Kearns Goodwin wrote a history of Abraham Lincoln, and she's kind of like Carl Bernstein. With Carl Bernstein, everything is worse than Watergate because he covered Watergate. So it's like a guy will throw a cigarette on the sidewalk. Oh, this is worse than Watergate. It's I call him Carl worse than Watergate Bernstein because he's always, well, Doris Kearns Goodwin has become the Abraham Lincoln, Doris Kearns, Abraham Lincoln, Goodwin. Everything is Abraham Lincoln. So she's talking about how Joe Biden is going to heal our nation. This is cut 6.
Think about Lincoln's second inaugural. We had just come through a war where 600,000 people had died. The country had been absolutely split in two. And it's a message of reconciliation that he's giving to the country at that time. Both sides read the same Bible. Both prayed to the same God. Neither's prayers were fully answered. With malice toward none and charity for all, let us bind up our nation's wounds. I think that's what we've got to hope for if the presidency goes to Joe Biden.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
It's Joe Abe Lincoln Biden. He's going to bind the nation's wounds. He's unbelievable stuff. Anyway, what you got is a news media with blindfold on blaming us because they tripped over us. That's really what happened. They tripped over Trump voters because they were blindfold. And then they said, well, this is the fault of the Trump voters. They got in our way. You say, well, take off the blindfold. But then I can't see the darkness. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. At least they're supplying. This is the way we go laughing through the fall of the Republic because these people are such buffoons. I hope you enjoyed that clip from The Andrew Klavan Show. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on all our future content.